Hi. Okay, so we're here today with Hector Antunez, who is a lead animator at Firaxis. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, happy to be here.
Awesome. Okay, so let's start on with the hard questions. What inspired you to be an animator?
Well, that goes. That had to remind myself of like where I started, just for where I'm at now. Um, I mean, back just being a student, I originally wanted to get into film.
Oh
Like
yeah.
the biggest inspiration was like Lord of the Rings
Mm-hmm.
and all those behind the scenes and seeing people collaborate and making all
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
things. If you remember those.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, just as much as like the movie was an inspiration, so was just seeing the way that they were working, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to be a part of those teams. So I started animation. I started at Animation Mentor.
Mm-hmm. I
Um,
also did animation mentor.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
love
right.
that.
Thanks, Bobby. Um, and then I found my way to Firaxis Games about like a year after graduating.
Mm-hmm.
There was a fellow Animation Mentor grad there
Mm-hmm.
that helped me get in there. And but then I fell in love with games
Yeah.
working there.
Yeah.
Just
Was
like
it was it just that they gave you a gaming job? Like a gaming job came in before a film job? Why didn't you pursue film?
it did. It was just the way,
It's just
kind
the way
of
it
like,
works.
I was willing to take the opportunities that came to me. And I mean, I loved games, like
Mm-hmm.
grew up playing games and stuff. And so I was excited to take that on. But once I was there in that environment, interacting with designers and engineers, I mean, it was just, yeah, eventually it's like, and then I've been there. I'm in my 11th year there.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yeah, they there forever. Do they did they
Yeah.
actually give you something for your 10 years there? Or
We
something like
do
that?
actually started doing a gift for us. I posted some images of it on my Twitter.
Hmm.
We have this pyramid that builds with your
Yeah,
tenure.
yeah,
So you get every 5 years you get a new piece of the
yeah.
pyramid. So I've got
Does it kind
two
of freak
two
you out
pieces
when you
on it.
like think about how long your career is? You're like, oh, my career's an 11-year-old. Like, I hope they go off and be a man or something. Is that something that happens?
It's crazy because it's just weird to like think back at how much like time has passed.
Hmm.
I go to work every day and I'm like, it doesn't feel like I've been there that long.
Yeah,
But in that time, I've gotten married, I have kids now, and
yeah.
I've shipped the games that I've shipped there, and it's been great. I got to be a part of both like XCOM
Yeah,
and the Civ franchise, and so
that's
yeah, it's just been
exciting.
great. Yeah,
That's really exciting. So do you like playing games? What kind of games do you like to play?
I did just like everything, just Nintendo
Everything?
games. Our house growing up was like the arcade. I
Uh-huh.
don't know how my parents put up with it, but like everybody would, pile in and we'd play games just like all the time. I
Hmm.
remember when the Dreamcast came out, my brother and I had to like sneak it in,
Hmm.
and like we didn't let people know we had it for a few days,
Oh,
just
really?
so we could play.
It's so
Um,
weird. My sister always had like all the consoles, and I always had like the handheld games. So I was like big into like Pokemon and stuff like that.
yep,
But like
Pokemon.
she's like Halo, and I'm like I don't know what that is. Like, this is like I was like no, Pokemon's where it's at. This is the hardcore games here on this gaming system.
Yeah,
But yeah, I was like interestingly enough, like mine was very similar too. Where I was like I when I wanted to be an animator, I wanted to be like I wanted to go work at Pixar because that
hmm
was the big thing. And then I also fell in love with game animation.
yeah.
Yeah. So is there a favorite like game animation bit out there that you like? Has anything ever like really stuck with you that like you're just like, oh, that looks cool. Like I wish I'd animated that.
Yeah, I was kind of late to the like Eco and Shadow of the Colossus,
Oh yeah.
but I played those a few years ago when they were, I guess that was on the PS3 when they were first like re-released or something. I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
re-release. Yeah, yeah.
Everybody had always talked them up, and I just missed out on them. And then I played those, and I was just floored. I was
Yeah.
like, "This is amazing."
Yeah.
I loved riding on that horse, and thought, just this is brilliant. This is
Mhm.
like it was an amazing game. Everything about it I loved. And I played Eco, and I was like, "This is also brilliant," and like somehow like making a connection with the character that you're walking around with, and I both games had that mechanic of like holding a button to hold the hand
Yeah, yeah,
of the girl
yeah.
character, and then like hanging on for dear life on those colossus and all that stuff. I just loved, and I thought it was such a great um, like use of animation in those games. There's like
Mhm.
no dialogue.
Yeah, and like they hold up really well because I also came late to those games, and I remember like hearing about them and then just like seeing how they're still great games and they still resonate. Like they really don't show their age at all.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
So what? Sorry, what do you hope to accomplish with your career? Which I know is kind of a big question, but like, what do you hope people get out of your
Yeah, this was a
animations?
tough one.
Yeah.
This has also kind of changed over the years.
Mhm.
I think like for me personally, some of the most rewarding work in recent times has been like getting a chance to be in a lead position and working with animators in like a different way, more as like, you know, helping problem solve so that they can spend more time animating and pushing people with like getting more into their ideas and not just the execution and stuff. And they've done like amazing work, and it's just like that's been like really inspiring and you know, surprising. Not something that I thought would matter to me much in the beginning. I was like, no, I just want to make great animations.
Yeah.
But I'm loving to get to be a part of helping others make great animation.
Yeah.
And that's been like incredibly rewarding. And
How many years have you been lead animator then? When did this happen?
Civ 6 was my first project leading. That was in. Wow. Sorry, I'm on East Coast time.
Oh no, it's totally fine.
I probably going back on 4 or 5 years,
Wow,
I guess.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
And that was also fun just because, you know, you get onto a project earlier and you get to experiment and spend some time playing and, you know, setting the tone for things. But then once Animator starts to roll on, then, you know, the role changes a bit more. And with it comes like more doing management stuff, and that was like new. But yeah, with it came like sort of this rewarding thing of just like getting to see great work be done. So yeah, that's been where my focus has sort of like shifted towards, is like learning more about that, learning how to be a better mentor and things like that. So that's been fun.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of those things where it's like whenever you get into the industry, you know, they never, that's the kind of stuff they never teach you in animation mentor or any kind of school. You know, they tell you how to animate, but they don't tell you, you know, like how to be a good animation team player or, you know, how to lead. And I think that's one of the things where it's like, yeah, this is like you can get your fulfillment elsewhere, you know, by like helping people. It's like I was the same way. I was like I don't know if I ever want to be a lead animator, and like thankfully I still not, because I really hate meetings. but you know, like
there's
like
a lot
now,
of meetings.
Yeah, but like now, like being part of team, I was like, okay, like I can see where the value is. You know, I can see like how this would be a good thing, like how this would be fulfilling, because it's like I want to help them. I want to help them do great things, and like this is a position where I could help them be even greater. In other ways.
Well, and it's great because like it you know, I've been there long enough. Some of these people are some of my best friends. Getting to see them succeed because I'm going to meetings, you know, that's cool. That's good too.
You're like I'm taking this bullet for you, this meeting bullet.
Yeah. So that's good. And you know, you mentioned back to like Animation Mentor, not to plug it, but
that's fine.
like I mean, there's a lot that still resonates with me today from just the way that those teachers ran those classes and the way they talked about critique and being honest with each other and pushing each other and keep growing. And it's like that stuff stayed with me, and it's the stuff that I kind of preach. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're such a happy animation mentor graduate. I did animation mentor. So I was in film school actually, because I was going for Pixar, and then so I did 1 year of film school, and then after that, like actually I think animation mentor like existed, but like wasn't such a big thing. Like I didn't know about it actually before I got into film school. If I had known, I think I might have actually just done an animation mentor. But I liked having the balance of both of them. I actually ended up doing it when I was at a job, and I liked the balance of both of them because like the film school kind of made me do like a comprehensive 3D 3D things. It was like I had to learn modeling, I had to learn rigging, I had to learn like the full pipeline, and then they were like, make a short film, and I was like, oh, okay. And then but for like Animation Mentor, it was definitely more of like the nitty gritty of character animation, and I think that they did do a better job of like teaching me how to give critiques, you know, like things that you can always apply. And like I agree, like I always go back to that.
Yeah, it was so focused, and and like planning.
Yeah,
you know, like shoot your reference, do thumbnails, whatever works for you, but like plan your shots.
I don't really do that anymore. That was like I feel like I've kind of forgotten those lessons. I don't really get. I feel like there's not really that much time to like do thumbnails. It's just like we gotta do the animation. We gotta make it done in like a few days. I'm just like, oh no. I just start moving character. Like hopefully it turns out good. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there's still times where you have to, you know, it's like, hey, I got half a day to do this animation. Let's go. Yeah. But it still makes a big difference, right?
I also feel like whenever I have those times, I'm just like, oh, what a luxury. What a luxury that I get to actually plan this animation out. And not just trying to like do it by the fly. So you're at GDC. Is this your first GDC? Or
it is my first GDC.
It's your first GDC. That's awesome. And how are you enjoying it?
I am exhausted.
Yes, that's right. Well,
great.
you know it's only Tuesday, right? I feel like I feel bad about reminding you about this. But
so many more days left.
Yeah.
No, but yesterday was awesome. All the stuff that you guys are putting together is great.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's great. It's been an awesome experience so far.
And what's your favorite? What's been your favorite talk or incident at GDC?
Well, I don't want to spoil something that happened at the end of the boot camp yesterday in case that's something that gets done. But
Well, I mean, like, I think it's
out there,
I say, I
right?
think the information is out there. I'm not sure if it's actually like, I don't think the actual video has been posted, but like, yeah, I'm pretty sure the information's out there. Go ahead and do that.
Anyway, there was a song involved. That
Yeah.
was an amazing way to end the day yesterday.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Everybody that was there was getting so into it, and it was just like, wow, what a cool community this is.
Yeah.
So like, there was a lot to take away from that. And then I was just talking to Bruno. I thought I saw him around here.
Yeah.
But
He's around here somewhere.
his talk was amazing. That was
Yeah.
really like, I was like, oh my god, this is the first talk of the day, and I'm already like, I think I got my money's worth.
Yeah, right.
Just from
I think it's probably more of the thing of like trying to keep the information like in your brain. Did you like take notes? Are you trying to like?
I did take a lot of notes, but the thing that resonated with that talk was them acknowledging that they were growing up, like, and wanted to approach that subject matter in a different way, in a more responsible way now that they have kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, that's how I'm feeling. Like, I want to make games that they can play either soon or like relatively soon, just so that we can have that experience. Because like that's what I play most games now with, is like we have a Switch and we just play Smash Brothers and Overcooked, and so it's like that's what my gaming life is now.
Yeah. And I think that that's cool that your goals change. I mean, like, as you grow as a person, as your priorities in life are different, it makes sense that your priorities in your job are also different.
Yeah.
And it's kind of nice that you can kind of apply them. Probably like now, are you better about managing your kid? Do you like give them spreadsheets? You're like, bath time is at 8 o'clock. Like, I will now assign you this Jira task.
We have scheduled meetings with all the kids.
Yes. Okay. Good. I like it.
Lots of planning, sprint planning. But no, yeah, it's fun.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much for sitting here and chatting with me.
Sure. Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be a part of this.
Awesome. Okay, so we are near the end of this, so I am going to throw it over to the awesome Lana for the conclusion of the 48-hour animation jam. Take it away, Lana.